don't think we're gonna run out of things to talk about.
And I might bring you back if it's okay because I have so much that I want to talk about. We in our in our pre-interview conversation, we touched base some very interesting topics that I took notes, and I want to dive even deeper into those areas.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Yes, yes, we talked about right off the bat. I want to just talk about Pilates because this is your specialty.
Yes.
And there's a difference, like you mentioned last time, there's a difference between the classic Pilates and the contemporary one that has been created.
Exploding.
Yes, on a broad spectrum out there. So the person who invented and developed this method, it was Joseph Pilates, correct? He was
Correct.
a he was a he was a physical trainer, and he interned in England in World War One, and he developed his method because when he was a child, he has gone through a lot of physical difficulties and illnesses himself. So he got very interested in physical strength.
Asthma,
And
rickets. Yes.
right,
Yes.
exactly. And he trained himself a lot, with different kind of sports and different kind of activities to strengthen his own body. And then during World War One, he used all those knowledge and developed Pilates as we know it as classic Pilates on mat. And he called it, what is it? Contrology. Contrology,
Contrology.
correct?
Control. Yes.
Yes, which
Contrology.
is the complete coordination between mind, spirit, and body.
Correct.
So please tell me what Pilates is and what it is not, as we know it in 2026.
So Pilates is a mind body movement system that takes the spine through flexion, extension, rotation, lateral movement in all planes of gravity. It's based on precision, breath, control, concentration, centering, and flowing movement. It's more akin to yoga
Mhm.
than any other movement methodology that exists because its focus is on the breath, which defines Pilates and yoga as a movement system because it is defined by the breath executing, stabilizing the movement. Yeah. And so the breathing in Pilates is not taught anymore. It doesn't exist.
And that doesn't make it that Pilates that was created at the
Right.
beginning.
Right. So the inhale of extension is something that if you were to sit up tall and just take a big inhale, what would your spine do?
A
It would
lot.
extend.
Yeah.
So Pilates takes that into consideration and it copies the natural organic movement of the spine. And so your exhale is flexion, and this is all happening internally up and down your spine. Inhale creates axial elongation, exhale creates flexion. So what Pilates is not strength training. It's not expiring muscles to failure on a piece of equipment, standing on a box inside the reformer, outside the reformer. There's a lot of creative choreography going on. I love to see it. There's a lot of beautiful bikini booty bodies out there because of it.
Yes.
It's I saw a stat yesterday that Pilates will grow to be a $531 billion business by 2030. Gyms are changing and creating mind body rooms because now the millennials, the generation of the 20s are all concerned about health now, and it's trendy because life is so stressful. So we're seeing this big boom of Pilates like it did in 2000 after the lawsuit. There was a lawsuit and nobody could use Pilates.
Wait,
Yeah, in
what
2000.
kind of
I opened in 2002. And so that was the first wave and now we're having a second wave of Pilates and it's being reborn again as as something no, it's something new, as something contemporary, which is what I'm trying to describe as Pilates is not it it's being redefined as strength training, expire muscles to failure, Everybody's copying the reformer that he designed. So now you do exercises on the back, you do exercises in the front, you stand on it, you lay on it, much like the classical system, but the goal is different. The goal is to expire your muscles and just sculpt. So they took out the beautiful organic system of Pilates that takes the spine through flexion, extension, rotation, lateral movement from lying down to seated to kneeling to standing. So you're taking the architecture of the bones, putting it down, elongating the spine, setting up the frame of your body for optimal, right, position because that and then you strengthen the muscles over that framework. It's that simple. In
Mm.
balance between stabilizer muscles and mobilizing muscles. So you're strengthening and you're inhaling and exhaling. You're taking it's like the bow of a violin. Your body is the bow on the violin and you're playing the strings. It's so beautiful. This system doesn't need to be changed at all because the system that he designed, the mat work, he there's basically 5 movements in Pilates and he just adds flexion with extension, or he'll add flexion with rotation, and it gets more and more evolved, but the mat work is the method, and the beauty of the entire system is based in this mat work that he did, and so I know I'm going on and on and on, I'm sorry, but
No,
it
no, I love this.
it's fascinating what's happening,
True.
which is for a business owner and for an education center, it's great. It's I don't mind the contemporary work as long as people don't get hurt, and unfortunately, that's what I'm seeing. We're seeing such crazy things where people are doing unsafe things, hanging on the Cadillac, things I've never seen before, very creative, very unsafe, and people are falling and they're getting hurt. Unfortunately, it's not regulated, and so my suspicion is that the states will get involved, and much like, um massage therapy, you have to have a license in Pilates. That's I think that's what's gonna happen because insurance companies will demand it because people will start getting hurt.
Getting hurt. I have Thank you for explaining that. I
Mhm.
have trained I told you I have trained in classic version of the math version, like the very, very, very basic 5 movements. And we concentrated more on the core of like most of the exercises were like in your lumbar area.
Yes.
And you
So
have to could you please explain
yes.
the reason why? Because I remember we were being advised to stay in certain positions for not seconds, for like long durations to strengthen the core while we were practicing the right way of breathing.
Okay.
So why is that? The results were amazing. You will see like a cut body
Yeah. The
sculpted
waist
like in one
yeah.
month.
The waist goes in, the lines of the abdominals, um, the inner thighs sculpted, the hamstrings sculpted, the glutes. So, okay, I'm gonna describe the powerhouse. So the
Please.
concept of the did they use terminology like the powerhouse with you or
Uh,
to describe the musculature of the powerhouse?
this was actually done in French, so I don't
Ah, bien sûr,
quite oui.
ça serait super, hein?
C'est en français. Oui,
Ah,
c'est en
mais
français, c'est
j'adore
en
ça.
français.
Mais j'habite à Paris pour 6 mois quand j'étais, 18 ans, jusqu'à mais j'ai oublié my vocabulary, but I was an au pair, so that's why I picked it up.
Oh, that's
So
lovely.
I know, right? And I use ChatGPT all the time to make the vowel sounds in my mouth because it feels so good because I'm in East Texas and I like to talk like this and I drink beer,
I
and so
know.
my all of my my family speaks an East Texas accent. And so I will often practice the vowel sounds and words just as I'm driving because it's like eating really good food.
I know.
It feels so good in your mouth and the vowel e o a e i.
It's like the mouth, the fish mouth.
Yeah,
If you can make
and
the fish, I just talk
yeah,
like that.
yeah, and it feels so feminine. It's feels it feels so feminine, and I love that. Which goes back to Pilates because Pilates loves a woman's body, and we wanna look I don't wanna look like I went to fit to the where you pull the chain around and you carry a rope and you push a tire around. It's like this really popular physical thing that a lot of women are doing, and the big strong quads and the big, glutes, and I wanna look like a ballerina. I wanna look feminine. I
Yeah.
wanna look chic. I don't wanna look masculine. And so much of the fitness today is looking with the muscles. It's beautiful. Yes, you're fit, but you look like a man. Women don't need to look like a man and have a low index body mass. We're not designed that way. So I have Joe's book here, and I'll go back
Ooh.
and I'll go back. So I'll go back to the core and more and why Pilates focuses on your center and why it was so important for you to learn how to engage the core. So I'm going to make this as an example. You
Sure.
can see this. So this is three-dimensional, and this represents your deepest, lowest abdominal muscle in your body. It stabilizes your trunk. It fires without your conscious control, and it's called the transverse muscle because it transverses around your middle into your back. It's three-dimensional.
Mhm.
It's a girdle. It acts like a girdle. It's also your expiration muscle, your coughing muscle, your deep laugh muscle. So if you laugh, you can feel your TA fire,
Yeah.
right? So I use a lot of humor in class, a lot, because women are really nervous about coming to class and being vulnerable, and I get a lot of deconditioned women who want to try something that's safe, and Pilates is safe for them to do because when you lie down, there's no stress or strain on your heart or lungs, and
Mhm.
you've elongated your spine, and all you simply do is push out and in with the spring load, and so it's really safe for them to start. I have another story about that. I'll revisit that with a woman who came in my Houston studio.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to use this bottle as your spine. Pretend this is your spine, and this is your TA wrapped around your middle, around your spine.
Yes, thank
Okay,
you. This
it's
works.
a little too big, but it'll work. So when you exhale, your TA tightens around your middle into your back and decompresses your lumbar spine. Your lumbar multifidus fire, your pelvic floor fires as well. Your TA, your pelvic floor, and your lumbar multifidus all fire together like a string of Christmas lights. If one goes out, they all go out. And the Pilates methodology is focused on connecting to this muscle in every single movement, regardless if you're doing extension or flexion, rotation, or lateral movement. So when you push the carriage out, it's an inhale. When you pull the carriage in, it's an exhale, and you tighten your girdle or you cinch your belt, like I say in Texas, right? Or you pull your belly to your backbone and lengthen in opposition to stabilize your trunk, stabilize your core. So one of the other health benefits of this practice of the full exhalation is that you've decompressed your lumbar spine and you're strengthening it, but you're also doing an internal massage of the intestines.
Yes.
So the enteric nervous system therefore is stimulated, and the enteric nervous system is called the brain of the gut. Why is it called the brain of the gut? Why do we have a brain in our gut that connects to the brain up here? What's that relationship? There are more sensory neurons in the tip of your finger, right? There are tons, but there are more in your intestinal tract. Sensory neurons in your intestinal tract. I got a gut feeling. That guy gave me a bad vibe. I pulled up to the convenience store and a van pulled up to me and I didn't get out of my car. I left. Where are we getting that intuitive hit? We're getting it in our gut. Your intuition is in your gut. It lives here. And as
Mhm.
women, we are very sensitive to the children we give birth to our surrounding, because we are designed to carry our children forward, to carry our culture forward, to carry the race forward. And that's our DNA. We can't help it. Your
Yes.
body is so intelligent. It's designed to to either flight or fight or rest and digest. So the enteric nervous system is stimulated when you do your full exhalation of every single movement in the Pilates repertoire and the choreography. So you're doing a gut cleanse, you're massaging your internal organs. He designed specific exercises for elimination. Stomach massage on the reformer is for elimination. There's exercises on the ladder barrel where you can see Ramana slamming her guts into the Ramana is one of the women that inherited Joe's work and
Right.
brought it forward into the world. She's slamming her whole body into this tall arc of a barrel and lifting her legs and slamming her abdominals in it to get everything stimulated to moving and grooving. So there's the session and you should be eliminating afterwards. And nobody talks about this. That the swan on the mat that you might have learned was an extension exercise, but it's also massaging the internal organs. The hundreds that you did, do you remember the hundreds? Pumping the arms up and down?
Yes,
So
yes.
the full exhalation on a count of 5, you're inhaling for 5 and you're exhaling for 5, wraps around your middle, creates all that heat, that fire in the belly, so that you churn and you burn the intestines for elimination. So not only is it a breathing exercise that pulls oxygen in every single cell in your body and pumped by the blood, but it's also this is a pump as well. Another fun fact about the enteric nervous system, and this is really trendy because everybody's talking about the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is part of the central nervous system, and it's up in the cortex and it winds its way down and it innervates into the enteric nervous system. So the vagus nerve is really important to help stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, right? And the peripheral nervous systems. You have two nervous systems. One is central and one is peripheral.
Correct.
Vagus, enteric, they have a close relationship. So when you stimulate your enteric nervous system, and by the way, 70% of serotonin is created in your gut. So when you practice Pilates, you're helping create serotonin and stimulate the vagus nerve, which hooks into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is simply rest, digest, safety, and calm. And I don't know about you, but our culture needs calm. We need more oxytocin. We need more serotonin.
Really?
We need more dopamine. And so what I love,
Since
uh,
when?
I'm quite zealous about Pilates because for me, Pilates is a cure for everything. But
Yeah.
so laughed often and do Pilates more, but we need more of these chemicals in our body instead of prescribing and getting them. You are your own inner physician. All you have to do is plug in, turn on this God designed machine. We're in Ferraris. This body is a Ferrari. And all you have to do is learn how to drive it and appreciate it and figure out how to work with it, and you will heal.
Thank you.
It's phenomenal. It's so amazing. There is so much the fingerprint of God in this vessel that's holding our
Mhm.
spirit that it's a crime it's not taught to children in schools.
Oh, this is food for my soul.
Yeah.
Do I
Children
hear the do I hear
it's a rooster.
oh my
I
god.
live on a farm.
And
Yeah.
you have horses too.
Yes, I do. They were just back here grazing. So when I walk out on my back porch this morning, I was having an espresso and I was like, take a big inhale and I exhale and, it's an instant dopamine rush
You are
because
living the life.
but I didn't always live the life.